History Month you find
ridiculous.
Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either.
What happens when black celebrities are forced to answer about woke ideologies? Well, the result is a hardcore destruction where the celebrities literally take control of the interviewers, making them regret what they said. That's because, in today's world, where political correctness and woke ideologies dominate media narratives, many celebrities have found themselves trapped in confrontational interviews, pressured to conform to certain ideological expectations. However, there have been moments where A-list black celebrities refused to play along, flipping the script on their interviewers and exposing the flaws in their narratives. From Samuel L. Jackson pushing a reporter into an uncomfortable corner, to Denzel Washington and Morgan Freeman rejecting identity politics, to Lil Wayne's explosive reaction to Black Lives Matter, these moments show not all celebrities are willing to be forced into a narrative they don't believe in. In this video, let's know about 5 black celebrities who brutally shut down woke interviewers. Number 5. Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel L. Jackson has never been one to shy away from controversy, but in this particular television interview, he turned the tables on a reporter, exposing the performative nature of political correctness when it comes to discussing race. The conversation revolved around the use of the N-word in one of his movies, and the interviewer clearly wanted to approach the subject at a careful distance, perhaps afraid of offending anyone. But Jackson was having none of it. He challenged the journalist directly, insisting that if he wanted to have an honest conversation about the word, he should say it outright.
The usage of the N-word in this movie, and
no, nobody, none. The word would be.
Oh, I don't want to say it.
Why not?
I don't like to say it.
Have you ever said it?
No, sir.
Try it.
I don't like to say it.
Try it.
Really? Seriously?
We're not gonna have this conversation unless you say it. You want to move on to another question?
Okay. Awesome. I don't want to say it.
Come on.
Will you say it?
No. That's not the same thing.
Why do you want me to
They're
say it?
gonna bleep it when you say it on your show. Say it.
I can't say it. If I say it, this question it won't make air.
What followed was an awkward, squirming exchange, with the journalist desperately trying to avoid saying the word while Jackson sat back, amused and unimpressed. His tactic was brilliant. By refusing to let the interviewer dance around the subject, he exposed the absurdity of discussing something without actually addressing it head-on. The woke sensitivity surrounding language, particularly when discussing racial issues, was completely dismantled in real time, leaving the reporter looking weak and hypocritical, while Jackson remained composed, confident, and in control. Number 4. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman is widely respected for his wisdom and no-nonsense approach to racial discussions, and in one particularly famous interview, he shocked his interviewer by rejecting Black History Month outright. The journalist expected Freeman to celebrate the idea of dedicating one single month to Black history, but Freeman immediately flipped the question around, asking why only 1 month should be dedicated to Black history, when Black history is an integral part of American history.
History Month you find
Ridiculous.
Why?
You're going to relegate my history to a month?
Oh, come on.
What do you do with yours? Which month is White History Month? Well, come on, tell me.
Well, I'm Jewish.
Okay, which month is Jewish History Month?
There isn't one.
Oh, why not?
Yeah.
Do you want one?
No.
I don't either. Black History Month. Black history is American history.
How are we going to get rid of racism until...
Stop talking about it. I'm going to stop calling you a white man.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you to stop calling me a black man.
When the interviewer attempted to explain the concept, Freeman challenged him again, asking when White History Month was celebrated. The interviewer, caught off guard, admitted there wasn't one. Freeman then delivered a simple but devastating point. If white people don't need a dedicated history month, then why should black people? His stance was clear. History should not be divided by race, and true equality means treating all history as equally important. But Freeman didn't stop there. In another interview, this time with CNN, he dismissed the idea that race is a determining factor in economic success, arguing that individual ambition and drive are far more important than racial identity.
Do you think that race plays a part in wealth distribution, or either a mindset that you can't
Today?
or cannot? Yeah.
No,
You don't?
no, I don't. You and I, we're proof.
The reporter, clearly expecting a different answer, was left visibly uncomfortable as Freeman's words destroyed the narrative that systemic racism is the defining factor in wealth inequality. Before we continue further, tell us, are you enjoying the video? If yes, please like and share the video and subscribe to our channel to watch more videos about little heard and untold news stories. Let's continue now. Number 3. Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington has always been known for his intelligence and deep understanding of societal issues. But in one interview, he completely shut down the idea that the justice system is inherently racist. When asked about high incarceration rates among black men, Washington did not blame the system. Instead, he focused on the breakdown of family structures and personal responsibility.
And, incarceration rates in America has been a problem, especially as opposed to minorities. And Roman delves into the issues around the legal system. Do you think we've made any headway in the
I
legal
think it's more important to make headway in our own house. By the time the system comes into play, the damage is done. They're not locking up 7-year-olds.
Yeah.
I was in Chicago a couple of 3-4 weeks ago, and we saw these little kids on bikes with masks on the side of their head, like 5 or 6 of them. And the driver said, "Yeah, they're little yummies." I said, "Who?" He said, "Little yummies. Look up, Google Lil Yummy." Lil Yummy was an 11-year-old murderer.
Wow.
And you look at his picture, you'll see the headshot of him, he's like this. And he got murdered at 11 by a 14-year-old.
Wow.
Who's doing life now, and a 16-year-old.
That makes no sense.
You blame the system? Where was his father? It starts in the house. It starts in the home. And well, my father got locked up. Well, where was his father?
Yeah.
Like I did talk about my 3 closest friends, and they did, 15 to 25. One did 28, this and that. I was the only one of the 3 that had a father in my life, even though my parents were together. But I still had a father who was a gentle man.
He shared a sobering story about young boys in Chicago, explaining that when father figures are absent, crime and gang involvement becomes inevitable. His words were powerful and clear that by the time the system comes into play, the damage is already done. Rather than playing into the woke narrative that systemic oppression is the root cause of all issues in the black community, Washington pointed out that the solution starts in the home. His perspective infuriated woke activists, who prefer to place blame on external institutions rather than personal and community responsibility. But Washington's argument was simple: fix the family, and you fix the system. Number 2, Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne has never been one to hold back, but his rejection of the Black Lives Matter movement was one of his most shocking and controversial moments. In an interview, he was asked about his thoughts on Black Lives Matter, expecting him to align with the movement. Instead, he dismissed it outright, questioning why Black lives suddenly needed to be categorized under a slogan. His response was blunt and unapologetic. He stated that his success as a wealthy black man in America is proof that racism is not an insurmountable barrier. He rejected the idea that he should feel oppressed simply because he is black.
In race relations and what you see from day to day in your life?
God knows I have been nothing but blessed. My whole path, these 33 years have been nothing but a blessing. I have never, never is a strong word, never dealt with racism, and I'm glad I didn't have to. I thought that was clearly a message that there was no such thing as racism.
His response triggered outrage, with many accusing him of being out of touch. But for Wayne, his reality contradicted the narrative of victimhood. He saw his own life as evidence that opportunity exists and that racism was not a defining factor in his success. The interview ended abruptly, with Wayne walking out angrily, refusing to entertain what he saw as a ridiculous and patronizing conversation.
Backlash from people about that. Would you change it, what you said, or you still feel the same way? What's your thought on Black Lives Matter?
What is it? What do you mean?
The idea was that there's this movement called Black Lives Matter, thinking that the rest of America didn't seem to understand that Black Lives Matter.
It just sounds weird. I didn't know that you put a name on it. It's not a name, it's not whatever. It's somebody got shot by police and for up reason. I am a young, black, rich. If that don't let you know that America understands Black matter these days, I don't know what it is. Don't come at me with that dumb man. My life matters.
He ended our interview angrily.
I ain't no politician.
Lil Wayne is in the business of making music.
Number 1. Kanye West. Kanye West, known for his unfiltered opinions, has had multiple run-ins with the woke establishment. But one of his most defiant moments was when he laughed off the idea that he should be afraid of cancel culture. During an interview, he was asked whether he feared losing his audience for expressing unpopular opinions, particularly regarding his political views. Kanye's response was bold and fearless. He declared that he answers only to God, not to societal. His stance against woke conformity was unshakable.
Afraid of losing your audience? Yay. I told you I'm only afraid of God. I'm only afraid of my daddy, God. I done been 15 years. I'm telling you, God is showing that you can have your own thoughts, bro. I've been canceled before there was cancel culture. Who told you that my career would be over? The same people that are telling you that you can't have a right to say who you will vote for, might think they so woke, but they following the rules of what woke's supposed to be.
And he pointed out the hypocrisy of those who claim to be free thinkers, but only accept one version of acceptable opinions. What do you think? Is it essential to believe in woke ideologies if celebrities want to survive in Hollywood's woke culture? Which of these Black celebrities do you think gave the best answer to the interviewers? In the comment section right below, share your answer if you are asked about your opinion on woke culture. Do you want to watch more videos like this one? If yes, subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon next to it. We bring videos on topics that might sound controversial, mysterious, and shocking, but are profound and authentic. Thanks for watching, and until the next video, stay tuned.